Okay, I'm sorry I'm late. Quite a bit. But I'm here. Let's see. Let's get that one closed. Get a picture up here. And a camera on here. There you go. Hello. I'm so sorry I'm late. It's been a week, it's been a day, and I will tell you all about it. But first of all, thank you for stopping by, and you have entered Pia's Creative Corner. Today I'm going to work intensively on finishing this Korean girl. Hopefully it will happen today. If it won't happen today, it will happen tomorrow. I'm probably not going to do anything in between on it. I think I'm going to work on it on this stream and tomorrow's stream, and then it will be done. Because it's just, see, it's something and it's not. Let's see, where are we? Here. So, so this is all I have left. It's about 5 of these lines. So it should be doable over 2 streams, and maybe even over 1. If I get to finish today, I will be working on my cross stitch. So that's kind of the scenery. I'm probably not gonna do any angel cards today, as I really want to finish this. I know I said that last week, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. So let's see. I have water. I have a bit of snackies. These for during stream, and I have some healthy snacks too. You know, because it's not Friday per se, but it is a kind of Friday for me because I'm on my weekend now. So yeah. Hang on. Okay. So this is a picture from Oraloa, and it is with round drills, and I'm just gonna lift the camera up here, because it's not much more than this. There's a bit of the crane up here. So it's still really beautiful. It's not that it's not beautiful, because it is. So, and it is a Korean girl dressed in the traditional hanbok, which is the name of the dress. So yeah. And the funny thing about this was that I was on Rachel's stream earlier, Rachel Ray, and she was, I had linked a picture I'd taken of how far I am with this. And the first thing she said when she saw it was, "Oh wow, she's so cute, but that's a Korean girl in a hot box." She knew what it was. We're like, "Oh, you know what that is?" So that was a bit funny. Hello, Ula, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. It's so good to see you. I have so many things to tell you and share with you guys today. See, I think I'm gonna do a fresh start. Let's see, much have I of this? Just a couple. It's not a big one, no. So how are you doing, Ula, today? How has your week been? Hopefully it's been better than mine. I am using a ruler, if you should wonder, and I'm only using the mesh ruler for the round drills, and what I do is I'm trying it out when I start the picture, and if it matched like 100% the mesh ruler, I'm just gonna go on, If not, I'm not using it. So you thought of me yesterday. You were out having a good burger with fries at a good restaurant you have in the city. Oh, it was just such a good day to do it. Oh, that was nice. Nice. So, yeah. And as you can see, I haven't got to do as much as I thought I would, unfortunately. Let's see. I think we're gonna do like this. First of all, I'm gonna show you how I change. I think I'm gonna go with, yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. No. I think I'm gonna do both of these. I wanted to do like a fresh refill in both of them, but honestly, they are kind of okay in the wax. Hey Jenny, welcome in. Hi Pia, I hope all is well. Just wanted to pop in and say hey. Thanks for stopping by, Jenny. I have had better weeks. But I'm okay. Uh, it's all getting better. But I had a bit of a rough start on the week, so yeah. So we ended the stream Sunday, and I think I talked about Sunday that my boy wasn't doing too good, my dog. So I was sleeping on the couch from Sunday to Monday, and Monday I called the vet because he wasn't in a bad shape. I have been in the mood to diamond paint and have been working on Springbringer. Oh, that is so nice, Jenny. I'm happy you found it. You found the urge to work on the diamond paint. That is the perfect time to do it. Not because you have to, but because you want to. So, needless to say that I didn't get much sleep from the night from Monday to Tuesday. One, because my dog was in a lot of pain. Two, because I was worrying my ass out. And three, because I was sleeping in a completely different place than my bed. It was a mess. My body was so stressed out. I didn't even feel tired. I didn't even feel like sleeping. I was wide awake. Um, it's so crazy that your body can be so stressed out that you actually can't feel you're tired. So and usually I don't work Fridays and Mondays, and of course my vet, it wasn't, it was not life threatening. He was not dying in my hands. And I really wanted my husband to go with us because I'm no good in these situations. I need my. He's doing better, Jenny. He's doing better. He's not quite there yet, but he's doing better. Thank God. So we were at the vet next morning, Tuesday morning, and because we had to do it really early, so my husband could get to do it before work, and I was like, I wrote to my boss, I'm not gonna work in the morning as I usually do because I have to go to the vet and I'm a mess. So, and he's really understanding. There was nothing there at all. He was really like, you do what you need to do, and so you can focus, because he has a dog himself, so he know that it's a thing, and we have known each other for some years now. So as you know, he know how much my dog actually means to me. Zoom in closer. So I think that so the reason why I wanted my husband to be a part of it is because if I'm the one that's going to hold the dog while the vet is doing things to him and he is like whining or screaming or whatever, I'm gonna freak that dog out. Because I'm not gonna be I'm gonna be even more stressed out than the dog is. So I knew that my husband would be the right choice to keep everything calm and collected. So that's why it was important for me for me to have him being there, and two because I can't lift the dog in the car myself. So if he had too many pain to jump in, um, I needed him to be there to lift him. So he of course he was. It's his dog too. So we went and I waited. The bed is like upstairs, first floor, and I was down on the ground floor waiting at the parking lot in the car. So my husband wrote to me, texted me, it's okay, the coast is clear, you can come, we are done. So I came up so we could get like the message together. So the feedback was that he was in pain and he was, it was the right leg or shoulder. It was not like a lot, but he did get him to react on it. Um, so he is on painkillers now, and he's going to be that at least until Tuesday next week. Then I'm gonna call the vet and tell him how it's going. How is there any change? If it's a status quo, so that nothing has changed, he's as in as much pain as he were this week. He's going to get some X-rays done, so if so they can see if they can see it that way. But the vet says that it's not always they can see anything. Sometimes they can't see anything on the X-ray. Then they have to get a small probe in with the camera on and in the shoulder. And that's of course he's gonna be under sleeping in anesthesia. Um, and because it can be a really tiny piece of bone or a little bit of tear that can actually cause this pain. But and he said, and it can also be like you're halfway, so it has been better, but he's not completely out of the woods. And then we're gonna take a week more with the painkillers. It's helping a lot, the painkillers. It's very very hard to tell a dog, don't jump, don't be happy, don't run, so you slide on the floor. Don't make those jumping steps you do when you're happy, because your shoulder will hurt later. It's so this first couple from yesterday, including last night, I was sleeping on the couch because he was really. It's because the couch is not as uh, high for him to jump as it is in the bed. And if I'm in the bed, he will jump up and lay on my legs there. But this morning he jumped in the bed after he ate. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna sleep in my bed tonight. Yeah, I think for me personally, I know I'm really a big softie when it comes to my dog, and I'm freaking out because the two previous dogs I've had, they have had kind of the same similar pain pattern or thing going on, and that ended out with me having to decide to get them put down because there was nothing any vet could do for them, and because I was not gonna let them be in pain, and if they can't if they can't be natural with the painkillers, I don't mind giving him painkillers the rest of his life. But if it can't come natural, if you can't move despite of the painkillers, I'm not gonna, you know. So I think it's a bit of a trauma thing I've going on in there. So it's part of why I've been like stressed out and really worried my ass off because of this stupid dog. Good to hear you're taking good care of Superstar. You got him to the bed. Cross fingers for that he's getting better. We can't live without him. No, we can't. We might have to at one point, but for now, no, we can't. Um, so yeah, so it's been like a whole thing for me this week. So Monday when I was like that I've talked to the vet, I wrote to my sister in Manchester and said, because you know there's a whole thing. There's a lot going on. So I was writing to her. So it's like, so this and this, and the dog, and the vet, and then she wrote to me. I hope it's going to go well with the dog. I have to go and get let's see, what else did she say? Coloscopy. So, because they found some cell changes in her cervix. So she did that on the same day I was at Tuesday when I was at the vet with my dog. Um, and then I didn't hear anything from her. I wasn't gonna push her because I knew she had a couple of rough days too because you worry. It's not a good thing to hear. No matter how light a version it is, it will also always cause some worrying and some thinking and stuff like that. So, but I wrote to her yesterday and asked how she was, and she was doing okay. Um, thank God, I would say. They're not doing anything at the moment because it's really in the early stages. So so they're gonna, she's going to have to go to another checkup within the next 12 months, and they will see if that has happened any development. So it's a good and bad thing because the best would be if they could do something now and just get it over with and get it done. um, so they said it was superficial, so it was like it's just in the surface, so they wouldn't do anything just yet. So it's I don't know. I will have to talk to her later this week and just ask her maybe the weekend if we can get the calendars to match. If she's okay, because it's not always it's a good thing that they can't do anything or won't do anything because what if something happens within those 12 months, but so I'm just gonna have the talk with her. So, but I really want to go to Manchester and I can't because of our financial situation. Which is another thing we had going on this week because my husband talked to the bank also on the day of Tuesday, and they said they couldn't. Basically, they said they couldn't help us, even though we have paid off a lot of part of our loan. We can't take in another loan in the house uh, because there has some new rules, and because of the new rules, they're not because I'm not in the papers. I'm not. My name is not registered in the papers on the house. They won't make a budget with my income too. So they're only gonna do it with my husband's income. And he if they do that, it's a very very tight budget because in that with those glasses on, you can say he can only afford to pay for the house and all the all the serious bills. He won't be able to have any food, to get any, to have car or the dog or anything. It's such a strange way. Um, but the man from the bank, he was very understanding, and because it's not something we could, foresee that this was gonna happen, and that we have actually just tried to keep floating. And due to lockdowns and everything, our savings are like in the lower end, so to speak. So we had hope that we could use the next couple of years on building on that, but that's not gonna happen. So we are kind of waiting for an answer from him, but that was not what we needed, I would say, because compared to the loan, we would be able to maybe loan about 500,000 or so, and then we would be able to put some of the money in the house and some of the money in paying for the house, and some of the money for me going to Manchester, or some of the a new fence for the garden, and some of these things that we need, that we really want to do, to make it just a bit more presentable, um, for when we're putting it out on the market. So that was a bit of a blow to the gut again. Um, it's been some rough days, and to be honest, with some of it, I really don't know what to do. I can't do anything about the bank, or the rules, and the bank manager, or the council said that he did get it. He had his own father-in-law was in kind of the same situation. He had a house that was completely paid for, but he couldn't take a loan in it because he was retired. So his economy was really tight in that sense. It doesn't make any sense. They are doing it to prevent those quick loans you get, but that's not something you get from the big banks. You get it from all the small banks and get it from foreign banks. So they won't be like protecting the Danish economy from that, or the Danish people. I don't get it. I really don't get it. It makes no sense in my world. And we have been fighting for this house and this life for God knows how long. And to be honest, I was like, okay, we really need this help now, and we can't get it. I'm hoping he's figuring something out so we can get kind of, I don't know, a loan or something, so we can kind of breathe, and just get our bearings and figure things out. And I really want to go to Manchester, but I can't go because we don't have the money, because we're not like, I can probably go next winter, but I really need it now. So, and the problem is that I have to book some expensive tickets, because flight tickets, because I have to go through fast lane, and be on business class, so I'm not cramped up too long, and don't have to stand in queue too long to get on board, and go through security and all that. So, and if you're including in when you have a business ticket, anyway, in Copenhagen Airport, you will get access to a lounge area where you can sit and relax and all that. So, and that's really something that I'm willing to pay for, because it makes a difference for me when I'm kind of landing, when I touch ground at her place. I don't have to. I'm not gonna stay there for months. So I'm gonna stay there for 4 days or so, where I'm coming one day and leaving one day. So that means I have usually I will have like 2 days, 2 or 3 days. I will usually go like Thursday and return Sunday or Monday, depending on. So um, and now when I'm off work Friday and Monday, it's perfect. I could go like Thursday afternoon or evening, and then I could come home Monday evening and still be working Tuesday, and no one will suffer for anything from it. So yeah, but I will have to be patient about that. I'll have to be patient about that. Let's see. Okay. So that was another thing Tuesday, and the last thing I did, and I did work a couple of hours Tuesday. I did that because my husband he stayed home with me, and so I worked a bit, a couple of hours, and then I suddenly remembered, oh shoot, I think I have no. I did that before I started working because actually my intention was I was gonna work in late afternoon or evening. But then I remembered I actually had an appointment with the eye doctor. Hey, Binge, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Um, so because I have the diabetes too, I automatically get referred to an eye doctor so I can get into a um, process there about I get checked every other year for eye diseases related to the diabetes, and then I on top of that I have every 9 months I go to some examination due to some pressure changes in one of my eyes, or a suspicion about it because there hasn't been any since I started, but we're just gonna keep on going now. So and the thing was that the test I was gonna get Tuesday was a test where they put some droplets in your eyes, so the eye will open a bit more, so you can get a better picture. It sting like hell, but it also means I can't drive afterwards. So my husband had to drive me. So that was and I knew when I was coming home from that, I wouldn't be able or not wanted feeling the urge to go and sit down and work. So that's why I took a couple of hours before that. So it was a very eventful day, a very intense day. Um, and I think in a way I'm still like trying to healing or recouping after that, but I'm getting there. How are you doing, Bench? How are you doing? Anything? Are you doing okay with your medicine and all that? I was thinking of you the other day. I was like nauseous and bit off the game, and it is one of the things I tend to is one of the side effects with the medicine I get. I'm wiped out, my dear. Feel like I have been hit by a truck. Oh, I'm so sorry, Bench. Well, you can just settle down and have me in your ears and just chill out. Um, who was it? Oh, it was Tessa Morningstar. She fell asleep last time I streamed. She was here, so just feel free to do that. My knees and back are a mess this week. Oh, I'm so sorry, Benj. That is no fun. That is no fun. I know. I know. So, and you know, then I kind of started the week with being behind of everything. So I did work really hard to. I really hope that I could, finish the picture, but this was the far as far as I could get before the stream, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna finish this, wrap it up in the stream, either Thursday, Friday, or Sunday. It will be done during stream. I'm not gonna move this picture from here. Um, so so yeah, I feel like I have so many things I want to share with you, and my head is like a beehive. It's like just like I have so many thoughts that just running around in my head at the moment. So if I kind of pause, or I will be, mixing things together, or I get sidetracked. That's why. Yeah, Ula says she hopes you will feel better, bitch. Um, but there's no doubt about the thing with my dog was the one that threw me completely off my game. That as I said to my husband, as harsh as it may sound, but of course I worry whenever something happens to him. The times when he was admitted to the hospital with an ambulance, or when he dropped to the floor, fainted here, and yeah. But still, it's in another way with my dog. I'm just a mess. I'm crying. I can't, uh, I'm just a mess. It's a thing, and it's not getting better the older I get. I'm just gonna say, just gonna put it out there. It's not getting better. So and that is a bit of a problem, because of course my dog will be feeding of that. So I'm sad. He will be worrying. Oh, this is really, I'm gonna die now, and will react accordingly. Um, so yeah. Can you let me know what color of tray you want? You can pick pink, white, light blue, lavender, mint, green, or gold. Um, I shouldn't take lavender because I have I have but I have a light blue, mint, green. You know what? I want a gold one. A gold, yeah, a golden, please. Thanks, Benj. Oh, I'm so looking forward to get a package from you. I love getting packages. I'm like a kid Christmas Eve when I get packages. It's there's nothing grown up dignity about that. Just saying. So I might be unboxing it for myself first, unpacking it, because I can't wait. I actually did that with Steelers, because it's like I just need to. I'm just gonna check and see if everything is okay. It's not that I have to. I just want to check. I also picked up some Scottish treats to pop in. Ooh, that sounds exciting, binge. Oh, now I'm really looking forward to it. Then we will see if it's something I like or if it's just something I'm gonna donate to my husband. Or something I'm just gonna stash away in here, so because we have a drawer we fill with, crisp candy and stuff like that, or cookies. But if it's in that, it's like free game. Everyone can take anything. But if I want to save something for me, I'm always having it in my own drawer at my diamond painting table. So I'm completely sure no one's gonna take, because no one takes anything from those drawers. So yeah. Sometimes I have been like, cause I very rarely eat like a whole bag of something. I usually just eat some of it and then I will wrap it up and put it away and then take something another day. And when you are like that, when you come back to get something, sometimes it's not there. Especially if like I have had stream fix, for instance, the drawer will usually be empty after my streams. Not because I've been eating anything, but because my husband has. Yeah. So, but I'm really looking forward to this now, binge. Oh, I'm so grateful. You're so nice, all of you guys. So, okay, so that was, so far so good. I had a meeting with my boss. Wednesday, I was at the office Wednesday, and we did have, talk about how to prioritize tasks. I had asked for some feedback. We had some other things we needed to, got to talk about and stuff like that. So I asked him. I know he was kind of wondering, and he said it not so much in so many words, but it was, like in between the lines. Why do you want the feedback? Because he had said to me earlier that, no news is good news. So if I'm not complaining, I will tell you if anything is wrong. Don't worry about that. But I still have a bit of a hint of, you know, worrying from back in the days where I had like had a manager I thought I could trust, and then I couldn't, and it was a mess. So and it's like I just need to touch base. I said to him, I just need to touch base sometimes. Be sure that we are on the same page still. I might have a feeling that we are, but I just need you to confirm. So 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 he did that, and he said he was very happy about my work, and he liked that I was very thorough about it, and very, he could be a bit impatient sometimes and be like, why can't you just do it faster? But he knew that me doing slowly was because I needed to be sure I was doing it the right way, and I had my reasons for doing like I did. And he just had learned to like trust the process in it, and it's not like the things are taking, 100 times longer just because I do it. It's like most likely just because um, he thinks that it should be faster doing it. Okay, bitch. So so we had a chit chat about that, and I'm gonna have a follow up talk with my counsel from the authorities about this special contract I'm on. And we're gonna have that in 14 days, and we're gonna talk about the whole how are things going, and am I okay, am I happy, and then we're gonna talk about an office chair. And I think in a way, because I've been thinking about it, and I thought I could get them to pay for it because it's really expensive, but she said this, we can try and make an application for it, but don't count on it. And I'm like, if I'm not getting it, I really need a kind of a plan B. So I want to talk to my manager about it when we reach Tuesday next week, or Wednesday. Let's see, Wednesday next week, I think it is. So because then we could be a bit prepared. She wanted to. I think she want my employer to pay for the chair. Um, so, but you know, it's like it's a balance. Cause I mean, in the beginning, I was like, I don't care. I don't need a special chair when I'm at the office, because either in the beginning I was only there for an hour or two for meeting, and when we had like a new office, I was like, I had the same vibe about it. But now I'm in there for maybe 4 or 5 hours, and I really need a good chair to be in for those hours. And if I'm not, and I can feel the, my body is worn out. I'm really tired. So I really need it, and I think maybe I'm a bit too nice about it. So I think I want to talk um, to my manager about it and see what he says. If he's like, completely turning it down, or if it's up for debate. Um, so let's see. So that was yesterday. I was there. And so then today I was having my normal office hours at home. But the thing is, I have so many things at the moment I need to, keep track of, in work wise. So, like I said, I wrote to my manager, like, my boss, like, I have so many lists now that my list has lists, and I need to write down. Remember to update this list and this list and this list. So because we have two big, I have two big things going on, and they're like big things in themselves, but they're also like, you know, I would say it's not so much the doing part. It's more like the keep track of part. Who has got those papers? Who has got those papers? Who need those papers? And all sorts of things like that. So I am the one who is making the contract for when we hire people, and the whole thing about that is getting more and more. The procedures about it is getting more and more like structured, and so we're doing the same thing all the time, and so that everyone gets paid the same and the contract look the same, and so no special deals, like so that's a whole work. That's a really big work. And then last year came a new last July came a new law about hiring contracts, and you had to, by law, they should have been the ones it concerned. They should have had new contracts within the end of the year. But I'm only me doing it, so yeah. And we wanted the new contracts to be okay, and to be sure that we couldn't be like sued for anything afterwards, and so now we're finally there where we can take a leap into that task, and that's me. There's no doubt about that. There's a lot of more work in what I do. It is, I'm more or less a secretary in the HR, but we don't have an HR manager, so it's just me and my and my CEO. But hey, we do it as good as we can. So, and I mean, you can't hire people if there's not money for it. So more resources to my part of the administration is something I hope for within this year, but realistically, I think that's gonna be 2025. I'm looking into that part of it. Yeah, unfortunately, but. So I'm not afraid of losing my job anytime soon. Not for because of too few things to do. That's not gonna happen while I work with this manager. That's for sure. Um, he will always have something I could do. So okay, let's take a break from my intense and sometimes chaotic life, and I'm gonna share a thing with you that I have been talking about and had no details about, and I still not have the complete detail picture, but I have I have a date. I have some dates, and a start date and an ending date, and some of the overall rules for the event. It is a diamond painting event, and it is Summer of the Masters. I am going to be part of it, and it is something that Diamonds and Washi, Katie Heide from Diamonds and Washi, is running with. I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry, but it's Single and Placing. I think his YouTube channel is called. But anyway, I know that hers is Diamond and Washi, so you can look that up. Um, if she just released a video about some of the masters this year, it is starting June 1st and it is ending July 30. So it is 2 whole months, and you don't have to start a new one. You can have been working on one picture from last year. You want to finish this year, you can start a new one. You don't have to finish the one you start. So there will come an application form. You will make an entry that way, and that's it. And then I think we're gonna share on Instagram, your own Instagram profile, of course, but hashtag some of the masters with your progress and all that. So I think it's something with that. That's some of the more minor details. For me personally, it was just important to know when, start and stop date, start and ending date, so I knew what my timeline was, um, compared to my planning for the kids and the whole process I have going on. But that is so good. Because I can be like, okay, I'm just gonna do half a picture this year and just wrap it up, and put it away for next year and do the rest of it next year. I'm not gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna work on it until I'm done with it. It's not that big as I recall it. It is one of the Alphonse Muka. It's the summer picture, and I bought it from Diamond Art Club, and it was a bit important for me to get it from them because I like their rendering and their materials the most. Compared when I'm gonna work with a picture, I really want to work with good materials. It's not like they are like the only one, but to me they're one of the few ones. I can't say it differently. I think. Um, for instance, now I'm working with this one from Oraloa, and the drills are unfortunately a bit. They're not bad, but they're not as good as they usually are. There's been a lot of trash drills in them, and there's been a lot of trash just leftover resin, and small, very very small stones. Stones that are broken, half stones, or so there's been a lot more trash than I'm used to. I will say that. So I don't know if it's because if it's one of the older pictures maybe, or an old production. So I will write to them and tell them about my experience, and then they can use it or don't. It's not so bad. It's not so bad, so I can't work with the drums. It's just, for instance, when I've noticed it with the white ones first, because um, they were like just a tiny bit too big for the mesh ruler, and then I was looking at them a bit closer, and I could see that a lot of them had like they were they would be also if I was placing them without the mesh ruler and just on the canvas, they would be like all. It was because they were not completely round, all of them. So that was not because the size were wrong, but because the shape was a bit off. So yeah, that I think is a bit unfortunate. Um, I would say. But luckily not so. I'm happy that it's not so bad, so I haven't been working on it because that would really make me sad and annoyed, and that would have made me, contact custom service at Oraloa earlier in process and be like, I think I want you to do something for me. Um, so if that has happened, it really was so bad, so I couldn't work with it, I would write to the custom service and say I bought this picture, um, these colors, and I would, because it's very rarely that it's all of the colors. It's usually just two or three colors, really bad. So I would write these DMC numbers were really really bad. The rest of them were okay, but still a lot of trash drills. Um, could you please help me out? So that would be how I would, you know, write that. And be like, okay, I'm gonna hope that it will happen. Usually they will. I'm very in a lot of ways, I think I won't say I'm spoiled with DAC because it's it's when it comes down to it, it's just a matter of taking care of your customers in a good way and without them having walking all over you. So of course there should be limits. They as long as you're decent and you know are communicating in a adult language and not throwing yourself on the floor because they won't help you or can't help you or whatever. Um, I mean, then usually a lot of things are possible. That's my experience with customer service just overall. So this section I'm working on here is like continuing further down. So this is bit of why I'm like I don't know if I'm finishing it today because it will eat some time because it's more like a confetti thing going on. But it's not a big section the last one, so you know one line at a time. And this line here, this section here is very small, not very, but it's smaller than the one I already completed on the other side. Yesterday on the work, we had to share main cleaning, so the bars were going to hose, and we were going to scrape the waters away. Ula were very tired afterwards. I could imagine you were, Ula. That must have been some exercising or workout for you. Oh my. Oh my. So, um, so I'm going to take part of some of the masters, and I have this Alphonse Muka I have bought from Diamond Art Club, and I know some people has a problem with Diamond Art Club. I don't. I have and their custom service. I have always got help through that, and they have always been very kind and straightforward. Also, like we can do this for you, or we can't help you, or we don't know. We're going to look into it, and I think it also takes. We can all have a bad day, and that bad day can be where I'm just like asking the same as if 400 other people, and this desk custom service person will be like, "What the hell?" and would go all gung ho in the mail. But I haven't had that happen, so. But I could imagine it could happen. I could imagine. And in that sense, we're all just human. We all make mistakes. Now we're only down to two other stables, and then and Una's just hoping it's not a day they're gonna not. They're only down two other staples they need to clean, and Ula's hoping for it to be a day where she's not at work. Yep. What is it? Oh, and I have like a smartwatch, and on my smartwatch I can put another face on. And usually I would be trying to avoid those with the AM PM, and I thought I did, but I didn't. So I just need to get used to look at that. I'm gonna change it back. I really like the one I have here. I really feel it's a cute one. So there's a bit of spring and things. So yeah. But I might just need to take a short break. Let's see. Hang on. I just have to take a short break. I'll be back real soon. Hang in there. I'm back. I am back. So, we're all good and settled now. Let's see. How was it? It's really quiet today. It's so different from Thursday to Thursday. Some Thursdays I feel like it's really, there's a lot of going on. People are coming and going, and other days it's more like just you and me. You like, not that I'm complaining. It's just I think it's a bit peculiar. But I could never do what you just did with the stables and cleaning and all that. And it was one of the things I actually thought a lot about when I was looking for a job. When I got the permission to work with a special contract and all that, because a lot of the um, the places that were offering jobs were like you could be like gardening or working at the cemetery, or you know taking care of all the outdoors areas, or you know or help on in a storage facility. I'm like, but I can't. I need an office job. I don't need a job where I have to be doing physical things, because then it's gonna be like I'm only gonna do that one time, and then I'm just gonna be sick for the rest of the time I'm there because I'm in so much pain I can't move. So oh, Ula, think is so cozy and chill and nice to sit and work while I'm here or with me here because she won't be like she doesn't feel like she's being alone, sitting alone. So that's good. That's good. I'm happy that I have a function for you in that way. So we're just gonna chill out together. And it is kind of the thing, you know. I really want it to be like that. The picture for me is like if I was sitting in a cafe, in a corner of a cafe, and doing the same thing. And then it would be like there would be a sign, and you can come and with a table, and people could come and sit with me and do their crafting things while we were talking. And then they would be like looking at the watch. I gotta go. I would say hi, and some other would come over. So it is that picture I have in my head when I'm like welcoming, stop by in my small corner of the Twitch world. Come and chill out with me, have a craft and chat with me. That is the picture I'm having, and maybe I should try when one day I get a new computer and I can put some more fancy overlays and all that. That would be. I think it's gonna be something with those vibes. I'm gonna try and recreate. So yeah. Because I really like it myself whenever I am not streaming myself, but just being me and looking who is online on Twitch. I would be just some streams you have a role in, but a lot of streams I don't, and I'm just like I'm just gonna chill out and be here for a while, and I really love listening to the streamer and just being doing some diamond painting or cross stitch or whatever, and yeah, and the fact that you can just be a part as much or as little as you want to. That I really like. Um, I'm having everything really far away because I usually have things on my right side, but because I'm working like in the left side of the picture, I have to move it. Oh yeah, and I was being max naughty yesterday. I bought McDonald's on my way home from work. I was so tired. I was so worn out in my head. It was just one big chaos. I was like porridge in my head. I couldn't think anything. I was like, and I was still managing going to work and doing something constructive. I did write a lot of notes during our meeting and remember do this, remember do that. Be very and I know as soon I can look at my notes and be like, I know I was really bad off that day because there's a lot of details in those notes, and I'm sure that I really get it when that's been going 2 or 3 days or more. So when I return and look at the notes, I know what I'm still talking about. Um, so um, so yeah, and I was like, I'm gonna have some McDonald's food. I know it's crappy food. I know I'm probably gonna feel crappy. I don't care. I want McDonald's food. So I had McDonald's food for lunch yesterday, and I enjoyed every bite of it. Every bite, every French fries. I love McDonald's French fries. I'm so bad with those things. There's a lot of unhealthy things I don't eat, like cake and candy, and there's a lot of things I don't. Those I don't feel cravings for per se. but I do feel cravings when it comes to burger and French fries and stuff like that, pizza and all that. I have cravings for that for sure. That was why I asked my big brother if we couldn't go out and have some dinner together. So it was nice to be on a cafe in the evening with him. Oh yeah, that was a good idea, Ula. I need to call some of my friends and stuff like that. I have some really close friends I haven't talked to for 6 months or so, but we talked in the month of December, last month of December. Just before New Year's and all that. I've chatted with most of them, and I had a bit of a text with the ones I call my big sis. She's a very very close friend I have, and our schedules is just mixed match. We it's like winning the big lottery whenever we find dates where we actually can see each other. It's a thing. And it's the only place close where we can have a really good milkshake. Oh, yeah. I actually considered milkshake yesterday, but I was like, maybe that's a bit too much. But I'm going to the town tomorrow, so I might having because they have Oreos milkshakes at McDonald's now. I love Oreos milkshakes. That is why I never will gonna be a size zero. You see, that is why. But on the other hand, I'm not doing this every day. I'm not even doing it every week. So it is just something I do every now and then. And even though if I did have the money for it, like I had all the money in the world, kind of thing, I wouldn't even then be doing it every week. I mean, because then it's to me it kind of loses some of the magic. If it's only something I do when I want to treat myself, or every once in a while, it's like something good, very unique, very special, and I feel it's something very special. And I don't care if it's nutritious or not. It's like eating pancakes. Good old fashioned pancakes is not nutritious at all. They are really, really not the ones I'm doing anyway, but they taste so good. And it's something I do once a year, maybe once every second year or so. But when I do it and when we get it, I enjoy it so much. And it's like, I do get at McDonald's food a bit more more than that, but it's still not something that is happening on a regular basis. One, I think it's too expensive. Two, it's not healthy. And three, it loses the magic for me. The thing about getting it, if it's something you only get sometimes, there is something magic. To me, there is something magic, and it's like, to me, it's like, for instance, just going into a Tivoli, the old amusement parks that is in Copenhagen. That for me is like going somewhere very special. I have so many memories from there, and even though it cost a fortune, just having a cup of coffee or a cake or anything in there, I am willing to pay that fortune because it's something I do. If I'm lucky, I will do it once a year. But most of the time, it's something I do every second or third year. It's not something I do every year. Um, so and I think sometimes maybe the youngest the young generation kind of loses that feeling of the magic thing. the thing you can't do every day or as you please, but you maybe have to save money up for and then do it, and then it's like magic. It's like something very, very special and unique you do. Um, oh, you don't like Oreos, but you like chocolate? Oh, with blackberries. Okay. Well, milkshake is milkshake to me. I like strawberry milkshakes too. That is a good old fashioned strawberry milkshake. Yummy. The thing is, I can't because I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't actually drink it, but I do, and then I do pop some pills. So it's not gonna prevent completely the side effects for me, but it is gonna make them very, very mild, and like from being like really, really severe pain, hurt stomach, it's just gonna be like a bit of rumbling in my stomach and in my inner organs. So that's kind of bearable. And sometimes not even that. I mean, it depends on how much I've had during the day or before. So if it's something where I'm like, for instance, today I got cheese for breakfast, then I can't also have like an ice cream for dinner or dessert in the evening. I actually have both cheese. No, because the skewer was lactose free. So yeah, but the cheese wasn't lactose free. That's for sure. Um, so if I have that, and then later on, I will have um, chocolate milk or something. That's where it's gonna be like critical for me. So no matter how much I get pills and stuff like that to prevent my body to react. So yeah, it's a pain. I really hate being it, but for many, many years I didn't know I was. I was just I just knew whenever I came home from my in-laws, I would, and we have been eating there like dinner. I would always feel very bloated, and I would be like having a lot of urge to fart a lot, and my you know my stomach would hurt, and I would feel very strange, um, and then I found out two things. One thing is because all of his gravy and that was made on cream, um, or at least on full milk, and then he used and used butter, and so there was a lot, and then it was really fat. A lot of the food we got was there was a high contained a high level of fat in it. It tasted really good. It was so nice. He was my ex husband's mother and father. Uh, so he was really, really a skilled person for cooking, but maybe not so much in the nutritious way, you know. And he wanted to do good. So yeah. And then I found out actually when I think it was when I got single and I were at an event with other Korean adoptees. They talked about this being lactose intolerant, and I was like, what? And then they described it. I was like, whoa, I know those symptoms. I gave you an idea, Ula. Oh, for what to save up for? You want to go for a weekend for Copenhagen to go to Tivoli? Oh, you've never been. You only been to Bergen, yeah? Oh, but Yeah, do that. Do that. That I think you should do. And you know what? Save money enough for go to a good one of the good hotels in Copenhagen. Maybe not D'Angleterre, but the hotel. It's one of them is called Admiral. Um, there's they are like four, I think, but some of there's really good hotels where you get room service and all that things just for a weekend. Save up money for it, so you and your husband can go and treat yourself. That I do that for sure. I think one of the I don't know if it's the one. It might be the one, the hotel that is lying very close to the airport. I think they have a spa where you can get spa treatments, but I'm not sure. But I'm quite. But you can do some research on that. But I actually think it was there. One of my friends went there with her ex-husband. So at one point, but yeah, for sure. And Tivoli is very special, and be there when it gets evening and all the lights come on, all the electricity is lightened. Um, it's amazing. It is really really amazing, and they have like people working full time on keeping that garden alive in there with the flowers and all that, all the themes they have going on and all that. So that is very special. So yeah, for sure, do that. Do that. And Tivoli is as old as Copenhagen almost. I mean, it's a really old place. And when you are in there, it's a mix of the old vibes and of course the new things that are coming every year, new things for the amusement park. But it's almost like, and I will say almost, it depends on how many people are in there. But to me, that's how I see it. It's like when you go to the more quieter part of the garden, you can almost like sense the the history, or get so much like you just sit down on a bench and enjoy, the garden and the flowers and yeah. And there's a big lake in there too. Um, so absolutely. Um, absolutely. I probably wouldn't eat in that, but that's just because I think it's too much. It's too expensive compared to what you get. But I would absolutely have a cup of coffee and maybe some cake or something. That's for sure. And you don't have to go there in the summer. It's even it's even no, not more beautiful. It's just different. When they decorate it for Christmas or Halloween, they have some really skilled people working on that. Um, I've been there a couple of years as a Christmas tradition, and it's so beautiful in there. I mean, so and I don't think she has the past couple of years, but At one point, actually, Bettina, who is the one you bought the calendar from, she is sometimes sitting in there and drawing and selling her stuff. So maybe she will be back. There was 20 to 10. I did get a bit of a slow, late start. Oh, but that could be one of the good things about doing in the winter because it gets dark early, so you will see the whole light things. But because I will be there, I prefer being there in the early hours when they open, and you get the most of the garden for yourself. So I get that, absolutely, I get that. In my experience, even though in the summer holiday, if I go in there in the summer holiday, if I do it from when they open, and round till 2 p.m. or so, it will be really peaceful and no big deal because you know the kids, they are not even there in the morning or when they open hours. You will be there with a lot of retired people and old people because they love coming in there when it is at that time of day because there's not that many people and not many kids running around screaming and all that. So yeah, just saying so you know who you're gonna meet on your way. But it's like when we go to the zoo in Copenhagen, I will be doing that, you know, right away when they open, especially when we've been there with the kids, because that's usually, in the summer holiday or something. And I'm not gonna stand in line for 2 hours and then be like just walking almost predisposed from how the crowd is moving. You're gonna have to move with them. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that high and I'm getting squashed and hot and people don't care. So, hmm. Yeah, I'm so agreeing. What I'm saying, when she goes in when she left, if they going to see something, they will be doing it when they open too because it's so much easier to get around to see things. Absolutely. Um, I'm not a very tall person, and for me, big crowds is usually a problem. I'm not claustrophobia. I just hate being, very close to people that are sweating and maybe not smelling too good, and that's not my vibe. I really don't like it. And um, at one point, I was sitting in the wheelchair. That was how bad my pain were, or how tired quickly my tired would and my body would be tired. So and just so it wouldn't, be like I could never go anywhere with the kids and all that, we decided to buy a wheelchair. Um, so I actually got a really good wheelchair. I still have it. It's not like a really cheap one. It was cheap because I bought it as a used one, and it was unfortunately the one who sold it was, I think it was his sister who had it, who had been a big lady, and she passed away, and now he was just they had just gotten the wheelchair for us. So I'm sitting very comfortable in that wheelchair. I've been very happy about it, and I will be using it if ever I should feel the need for it again. But to me today, about this, I will always try to be places. If we're gonna visit a museum or something, we've been talking about go and see the exhibition about his our king, King Frederick. Um, Here at for summer, maybe for June, July. We're gonna be there when they open the exhibition in the morning, so we can walk around. And my husband hates big crowds too, so just so we can walk around, look at the things, and usually it would be like we would be leaving when everyone else is arriving, and we would be like, fist bump, let's go and get something to eat. The good thing about this last part of the pictures is a lot of these color in here, and the whole thing over here is getting less and less. It's getting smaller, but it's like it has this round thing here. So I think it's a bit hard for me to say how far I'm getting today, because I might also maybe keep going a bit past midnight, just because I am not doing anything tomorrow. Besides of maybe I have been thinking of going into the nearest town, go for the nearest cafe, sit down, have a cup of latte or something, and just enjoying freedom. Just chill out on a cafe. It's been a while since I've been doing that, and the spring is coming, and I feel like I need to do this. And there is a cafe very close to where we can shop for stationery and stuff like that, and I need a something work related. I did actually. We have a place where we shop or order things for work, but the notebook I wanted was like she had to buy the smallest amount she could buy was like six, and it's like a special thing just I use, so it's like this is a bit over excessive just to buy for me. So she would like, can't you just buy one and then stop by and get the money for it? I was like, yeah, for sure. Hey Gina, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. How are you today? What are you working on at the moment, Gina? You probably told someone somewhere, but you know me and remember things at the moment with all the things going on. Did you finish the what was it? The one you know what I mean, the one with the only one color thing. I'm sorry. I am a bit mushy in my brain today, so you're working the commission. Oh, and I finally decided that when I'm done with this, I am, and that is probably gonna be, I guess it's gonna be next week. I am going to start working on a small rental spanker. A smaller. It's not a snack size. It's not a weekend size picture. It's not 40 by 40, but it's close enough. Um, I decided before I start a stream today that's what I'm gonna do because you know I'm gonna work on siblings and probably when I hit month of May in a couple of weeks I will be like, okay, I will have to put something aside, and that's the thing that I am closest to be done with will be um, I will work, you know, do like an extra thing and work with that, and the other one is just gonna be put a bit aside, and I'm gonna start my songs under the cherry tree, the Chrysatica, work with that, um, and hopefully I have containers enough for that. Um, but I think what makes it more like makes me more easygoing on it is that when it comes to some of the masters, if I'm starting like in July and I don't finish it, it's okay. I don't have July. I will be doing what I will be doing is I will be putting the colors I'm using, the containers I'm using, into Ziploc bags. Because if they're gonna be like hibernating for a year until the next time with some of the masters, I need the containers in the meantime. So I don't have. Oh, maybe I do have. Oh, maybe I should check up on that. But because maybe I could use the round ones I have for that. Hmm. I could do that, and I could use the round ones too for the just to find out where they are. I could use that for the small one I have, the round spangle. Then I'm sure I have enough for that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I really don't want to buy another set of these Elizabeth Ward system, but I might have to. I might have to. It's actually one of the only thing I buy in Denmark from a diamond painting shop we have. Uh, they have a web shop solution, and they are actually having the stores very close to where, not very, but closer than it could be where I live. So more than often, it's been like my husband been getting whatever I ordered from them on his way home from work, or on his way out in the big world. But I'm not buying any diamond painting from them anymore. I did at one point, but it was such a hit and miss whether I would get a picture where the drawers would pop, or a picture where the drawers would be okay. So it was in my early diamond painting days. I bought from them, and they haven't changed where they get their pictures from. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother. I am not even gonna bother. Hello, Tessa. Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. How are you today? So depending on how my body is, I might be, changing a bit things a bit around and stay up a bit after midnight if I can see that I would, you know, be done with the picture. If it if not, then I will be working on it tomorrow too. Um, I'm okay, Tessa. It's just it's been a week, and it's been a bit rough week. Because my dog was not doing too good, and had to take him to the vet, and he's on painkillers now, and yeah. And when my dog is not doing good, I'm not doing good. That's the short version of it. You're following each other around. Well, we tend to bump into each other in different streams. That's okay. You feel it's been heck of a week? Yeah. For many reasons, I am actually looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be a chill day for me. I don't have work. I don't have any other appointments. I just said I have been thinking of going to town and sit down at a cafe, have a coffee latte, look a bit on the people passing me, and walking by me, and just chill out for a moment, and then go and do a bit shopping in a bookshop, and they sell books and paper, pencil, stationery, all that sort of things. Yeah. Actually, they do have some crafting too, so I might be look at that part of the store too. Yeah, this is like the third one now. It's running show. Yeah. Well, it will be like that, won't it? Because we have the similar interests, so I told you, Tessa. But you know what? You get thumbs up and a clap for trying, because that's not something everyone would do. So you get point for trying. That's for sure. Let's see what we have. Attaboy and some claps. You switch to French. I would switch to French. I love the French language. Um, but it's because we have a lot of sounds that you don't have in English, and that what makes it really difficult, I think. Um, a lot. We have three sounds, and then we have some words where you don't, where there's like a letter you're not pronouncing, and so yeah, it's a thing. Even sometimes, even Danish people can't speak Danish, so don't worry. Don't feel bad. French is easier. I was getting 60% or so on every lesson in Danish. Well, it's more than 50, so you actually caught half of it. That's how I would look at it. But I get it. Um, it's not uncommon that people find it hard to learn to speak Danish. And I think it's a hard language to learn on your own. I think it actually, to be honest, I think it is easier if you have someone you can talk to every day on a daily basis. It is easier. Did you choose to use Duolingo? I said to the one who I was trying to learn Korean at one point in my life, and the one who was teaching me, I said to her, I feel it's really, really hard learning Korean. And she looked at me, she said, not as hard as it is learning Danish. Just saying. Yeah, it's a good app, right? For that. Maybe I should do something about that again. The Korean thing. I mean, I'm not gonna. my goal is not to be able to speak fluid Korean, but just to go shopping and ordering some food and book a hotel or something. Just living. It doesn't have to be a big academic communication I'm gonna throw myself into. I'm just gonna be survival mode. Um, we'll see. I'm listening to a very interesting audiobook. I did talk a bit about it last Sunday on the Danish part of my stream, as it is a Danish person who wrote it. Um, he has some very interesting views or thinking about things. He's a former soldier, professional soldier in one of our special ops team. Um, and he says one of the most common mistakes people do um, when they are when they want to do something is the only trying. So this is and it's probably something you do on an unconscious way. So you have to try and make it a conscious statement that is if it's really something you want to, like I really want to lose weight, then I'm not gonna try and lose weight. I am gonna lose weight. And there's a huge power in the difference of those two things. Because when you're deciding yourself on a goal, you will do whatever it takes to reach it. Um, and it's gonna be like that. You have to be like, if this is something I want, I will do whatever it takes. Period. But a lot of people are like, oh, I wish to, I wish I could, or I wish to do so, or I'm going to tomorrow. If the weather's right, I will be going running, for instance. No, if you have decided that running is your new game, you are going to run when you have planned to run. Like, put it in some good daily routines and discipline, self discipline. Do it as a thing. And he said, do one thing every day that is not making sense to you. For instance, it can be like putting, um, if you are someone who needs to, um, oh, it could be like cleaning the dishes, for instance, every night before you go to bed. If it doesn't make sense, I mean, if you, for instance, are alone and like no one else gonna take it from me, I can do it tomorrow. Do it tonight, even though it does not make sense. He says it's like teaching yourself self-discipline on even on things that does not make sense right away. It will make sense later on. I got stuck on the words like is a and for example, but major word in French was easy. That's true, and I had my heart in the right place as far as learning a new language. This just seemed right with French. I'm not, I'm not, I'm not trying to call you out or in anything, Tessa. It's just saying that it's just in general saying that people just in general are like I want to I wish to do things or I wish I could, but instead of saying you wish you could, just decide to do. But I would still say, in the way you talk about this, you're choosing the way that feels right because it's the one you know. So that's why it feels right. You know? The other way with the Danish makes you feel uncomfortable because you don't know Danish and you don't get the same result right away. So that's why you feel uncomfortable when you compare the two. Yeah, and that's what he talks about these things. Do the hard things first. Get them get them out of the way and then do all the rest. And it's just sometimes and it's just like saying sometimes when I read these books, I get I get to look myself long and hard in the mirror, you know? So you get to see, okay, there's something about it. Maybe there's something about that. If I want to, do I want to learn how to draw, or do I just wish I could draw? For instance, do I want to be good at crocheting, or do I just wish I could crochet? There's so much difference in those two way of thinking it and approaching it. Well, I could. I mean, when we saw this short video on Miranda stream with the different types of avoidance, you could be like the one with the cleaning thing was so much me because I remember when I was studying to be a social worker, it was like when we had to do these big written assignments, I was like almost, normally I'm not that big fan of cleaning. It's not like a big thing at my in my head. I just need it clean enough so I don't get allergies. But I could like feel like deep clean things just to avoid working on the paper or doing, all the boring reading or stuff before that. Yeah. So, but I will say in general, I'm raised to get the hard things over. Just do it and get it over with and get it done, and then you can do all the fun stuff afterwards. That's kind of what my upbringing has been like. So do the boring, like do the dishes. We didn't have a dishwasher when I was a kid, so I was a dishwasher. So before I could do all the fun, I would have to do the dishwasher. I would have to do I would have to do the dishes. Um and I mean the only thing that kind of beat the dishes would be like my homework. If there was some reason I had to do homeworks, and you know, I would be like, then I could like escape the dishes. But if I did, this was just one out of two evils, you know, because if there was something with my homework I hadn't done, it would probably be something with math, and that means I would be sitting next to my dad and crying because I didn't get it, and he didn't get why I didn't get it. So yeah, maybe I just would not say it, tell about the math, and just do the dishes and get up in my room. Yeah, maybe that happened once or twice. Just saying. Oh my god. I don't know. I hate doing dishes in the everyday thing where life we have. Like, I, at that point, I love having a dishwasher and just putting that, and it's all done and gone, and I don't have to look at it for a whole night and all that, and it's not smelly when I get up in the morning. But I will say, when the times when I've been on my own, I would do the dishes right away, and I would probably put them in a dryer. You know, one of these things you can put them in, so they would just be dry next day. But again, when I was on my own, I would, you know, it wasn't that much to clean up after me. I mean, whenever I remember when I was a kid, teenager, when my mom and dad had these like Easter lunch events or Christmas dinner parties or whatever. So, and I would be part of it, but I would also be the one who would do the dishes afterwards. And it would be for like 3 meal courses plus coffee and whatnot. And in the beginning, I hated it. But after a while, I was like, it was actually quite nice just to do the dishes. And while I did a lot of it while they were like having coffee and all that, then I would just be cleaning the kitchen and just be like, yeah, hanging out without hanging out, I think, to be honest. Um, and I knew I would make my mom really happy doing it that way, so. Yeah, plus I want to show my mom I'm smart and can learn. Wow. I want to learn Korean. just for the chance of me getting out there someday again. Um, I will be more prepared this time and be able to actually talk to the people out there, and not just having this experience of them talking to me and me be like, I don't get it. I don't speak Korean. Don't talk to me. The first time I was up there, I was traveling in a group with a lot of other Korean adoptees and with their families. I had my, at that point, the one I was living with, boyfriend, with me as my, um, as my family. Um, so that was very nice. And if I'm gonna travel again out there, I'm gonna have my husband with me. But after a while, when I was out there and having this experience of people talking to me and I didn't get it, I would be like standing behind him because it was so natural for them to speak English to him because he was like a redhead and with beard and everything. So it was so clear that he was not an Asian, but they actually thought I was from Korea. So they would speak Korean to me, and it amuses me. It was funny and it was not funny, you know. One thing I did find funny was at one point we were at a big outdoor market, and I was we were all walking together in this group, but I was walking I think 5 steps in front of my boyfriend, and then we stopped. Everyone stopped and looked at something. And so did I, and suddenly he looked very confused and a bit lost, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" And suddenly he looked at me and he said, "Oh, don't go too far away, cause I can't find you." And then it hit me. Usually he would just be looking after this little black-haired girl with a ponytail, but at that moment there was a lot of black-haired girl with a ponytail. Just saying. So it's like, oh, okay, no, I'm promise, I'm not gonna move too far away. He was really lost, but I'm so used to be like the one who is outside. So I didn't think of it until he said it. It was like, oh yeah, that's right. I look like the other ones now. And I will say it's actually quite healthy for people that has been a part of the big group their whole life. Just just once in a while, try to be the one who's outside of the group. Um, I would say both my husbands, my current and my ex-husband, has tried it, and because when at one point the one who was having this school where she told us to speak Korean, she also arranged different events, Korean events. So we tried like having a taste of the Korean culture. She was from Korea and she had immigrated to Denmark. Her husband was one of the first um, coaches for the Danish Taekwondo team, national team. So he they came to Denmark. So she was having different, like hosting different events, and one of them was harvest what do you call it in English? Harvest party, celebrating the harvest. They call it Chuseok in Korea, and it is a big thing. You put on your nicest clothes. You pay your respect for the elder in your family, and for the one who has passed away, and then you're just celebrating life. Um, so that was a big thing, and she hosted this party, this event every year, and the ones I put when I was a part of it, took part of it, and was part of the event. That was the one time where my spouses tried to be the ones outside of the group. Um, and they have both of them has said it was a very healthy lesson, well learned. Not that it was they feel like they were sad or anything, but it is healthy just once in a while be part of the one, be that the one left out and be not part of it, because all of us that was there at these parties were like, we were all adoptees, and that makes you that gives you a a common ground, a something all of us is like having as a starting point, and we do have an understanding of things that we don't talk about, but we just have it. And that, of course, is when then you get together. This will be a part of the vibe. It's not like we none of the gatherings or events I've been with a part of has been like you have been sitting and been talking your feelings out or anything. It's just been like, for instance, when I started, one of the members of the board said to me, we went to Germany to do a shopping. At that point, Germany was the only place you could get real Asian things from. So we went there. I was curious at that time. I was single, and I was like, I can do this. And he said, we were just about to get into the bus, and he said, well, it's not always easy to be a teenager, and then being adopted on top of that does not make it any easier. And I knew exactly what he meant, and that to me has been like an experience that has just followed me my whole life, in the sense that when you do share background with some people, there are things you don't have to explain. It's just a well known fact between the two of you. He did not have to tell me the details of his teenage life, and I didn't have to tell him mine. Both of us knew what he was talking about. And what it does to a group is that it does give, even though you can be, I mean, it's not like everything is all cupcakes and unicorns. I mean, it's just that in the general communication from a person who is old in the community to a person who just entered, there's not that far. The distance is not that long, because there's a lot you don't have to explain. I think it's a bit the same as when take if I would take something that's not that emotional, what you can say, and just share if you're together with people where you share the same interest, it could be dogs, it could be horses, it could be sports of some sort, no matter what, but the fact that you share the same interest in the passion way, um, create a common, a kind of uh, understanding each other in certain ways. This does not mean that you will agree with everyone you meet. That I would say this does not mean, and I would agree with everyone that I meet that I adopted, or that I like everyone that I adopted. It's just mean that some of the things we don't have to get, we don't have to explain to each other. We just know. Yeah. How do I get to talk about this? Okay. We don't know. Oh, that was a lot of drills for 6 placings, but okay. Yeah. So, oh, this was came from all about the Korean language and go to Korea and all that. Yeah. I was just wondering, wow, how did I get into that? But yeah, that was the way. So, so with the dog, we just have to. Only time can tell, and it is what it is. It's just a bit hard trying to tell a dog. You can't really tell a dog that don't move like this. That's gonna hurt you later. Don't do like that. That's gonna hurt you in a minute. So some of the things he just have to be like, you just have to let him do it, and he will figure it out. It's only me it's gonna hurt the most. He's just gonna be, oh, ouch, and then he will be moving on. I'm gonna hurt a long, long time after he's done hurting. Believe me. I don't know where that come from. All that wishy-washy about a dog. I've never been like that with dogs before. But honestly, I completely blacked out on it. I was like a mess. I called my husband. Oh, I tried to call him. He called me back to say, just to, should we go? Should I call the vet or not? Like, at the minute I had him, I heard his voice. I went crying. Nej. Så hvad skal? Yeah. Um, and I mean, I tried. I really had to take some deep breath so I could get my voice under control, get my brain into a working gear, and not be all washed out in emotions, and then be like, okay, okay, do I need to call the vet now? And yeah, I do. Okay, so when is the best time of the day if I need you, and I do need you to be there. Oh my god, I was a mess. I was a mess, and I still am to a point. It's still in the back of my head. What if this is not enough? And you know, because he's not even 7 yet. He will be 7 this year, though, and I think we just have to realize that we can't. I mean, he can't be chasing thing as he used to. That 7 with that gear he has been doing everything in is a lot of years, and he is probably a bit used. Um, it's a big dog, you know, so there are limits for what we can expect from him. I think. So yeah, the dog is my really soft spot. But I think what hits me, and I think the reason why it hits me in a way is because I can't have that, you know, conversation about why, how, and you know, it's not like he's not gonna get anything out of it besides me being out of my woods, with something, and being off the game, to be honest. So yeah. So I am looking very much forward to get into my own bed tonight, and hopefully have a good long night sleep. Uh, um, or at least a couple of hours sleep. Yeah. I do, however, think that the painkillers have been helping him a lot, and just the fact that he has been actually, today he was up on his back. He did whine a bit, but he was half asleep. It was like he was just, you know, you can do that if you like having pain somewhere, but you get painkillers and you fall asleep. You will be, you know, saying something when you sleep. But it's like it's like if you're awake, but you're actually asleep. Yeah. To be completely honest, I can really feel that my body has been maxed out the start of this beginning of this week, um, and not so much that I have been using it a lot more or been up and resting less. It's more the feelings, or you know, the whole adrenaline thing I had going on for about 24 hours. My body is not good at handling things like that, and on top of that, my emotional life and all that is not always where it should be prepared for it, because this time it was I was almost finding my bearings from one thing. We're getting things solved and things in place and all that, and then things happen and I am pushed off balance again. So yeah. So it's been like something we have been in since late February and right up till today. My husband is starting a new job, not upcoming Monday, but next Monday, and the current place where he is was really sad hearing that, and the manager was like, if you could choose, if is it the money or is it the things you have to do that makes you change, that made you say yes to the other job, and said, well, it is the money. I'm getting almost double at what I get here, and we can't afford to say no to that. That he made sense. So, and then he called him when my husband was on his way home, and he said, um, "How much did you say you got the other place? How much did you say that you want? How much are we gonna pay you to stay?" So he named his price, and he said, "Okay, I'm gonna see if I can do something." So they are gonna talk again tomorrow. So yeah, suddenly he is a lot in demand, but I mean, as long as none of them is paying his mortgage, I mean, you know, you know what I mean. But yeah, but I've never doubted that he was. It would be like that. I said to him it's gonna be like that, but I think it's hard, when you're just been like thrown away in that way he was, and wrongfully and all that. It can be a bit hard to believe that you actually are worth something. I think, depending on who you are, of course. But so the fact that they are kind of just battling at the moment, um, is a bit. It's a good thing for his self esteem to experience that, I think. And yeah, so, and his the manager he talked to today, he was like, well, he actually did have, he wondered whether he what he was doing there, because you know with the things he actually has, the knowledge he has, he does not belong there, he belongs in a different place. So, and the reason why they came around to talk about it was because uh, someone else is has resigned, and he has been taking care of the old amusement park and had that as his primary place. So, and that was what he would offer my husband to go in there and replace him. That could be something. So then he gets to see some of the historical building in Copenhagen or in Denmark behind the scenes. This is when none of the public is coming. So that could be, that was partly why he said yes to this job. But it is also, so this is also why he would be staying there. If he gets the same offer, the same as the other place, he will stay there. I asked him today. So see, just because there was a lot of color blocking here, it didn't take that long to do this part, whereas the other part did, the first one I did when I went on started the stream today, did take a bit longer. So it's a lot to do with how much the color blocking is, how much of it is color blocking, how much of it is confetti. Totally understand, he's a good guy. Yeah, he is. He's a very, very good at what he's doing as an electrician, and he has some skills that not many has today, just due to his age. He has learned things that the young people do not learn in their apprenticeship. So and you know, we in Denmark we're hoping and praying it goes well. Yeah, me too. In Denmark we have a saying called in our workforce we call it the grey gold, and that is unfortunately the ages him and I are in now, that we are the grey gold. We are people that is close to retirement age, but we do also have a lot of knowledge that will be lost if we just are if no one is hiring us, you know, or using us. So yeah, the grey gold. That is me. Although I do have gray hair, I don't have as much as I would love to. I'm like, if my hair's gonna turn gray, why can't it just turn gray all of it? Not just one here and one there. It looks stupid. It's not like even I have like a line of gray hair or anything. It's just two strands there and four here and one there. And for the most part, if I just comb my hair like in a ponytail, you can't even see I'm gray. How I know he's a good guy, you picked him and obviously he's good to you and treats you well. Of course he's good to me. He's too scared of me to do anything but good to me. No, he is a good guy. He's a good guy. That being said, we of course we have our problems, or you know, no marriage or relationship is flawless or problem free, and the pressure we've been under for the past couple of months, you know, it's amazing we're still together. I would say, but you know, it's like this is just what we have been through this past couple of months. To be honest, actually, compared to what we have been through the years, this is nothing. Your gram was fully gray at 17? Oh my god. I have streaks of gray. Mine are obvious and I'm only 44. Yeah. But I wouldn't mind. I mean, I love gray hair. I mean, it's a sign of wisdom. To be honest, it's always been like that for me. wise people are like always portrayed as, you know, old and wise and with gray, long gray hair, and it's not like I see it as a bad thing. I just wanted my hair to be like all gray, not just, you know, a strand here and there. That I really don't. I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest. Life's not easy, and I've heard my mom and stepdad bicker, but they're not fighting. And honestly, hearing them bicker like that kind of triggers me. Oh, in what way does it trigger you? Ula's 45 and she actually only have very few gray hair. Oh, she in fact she has only gray hair and very few of the dark that's left. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a gene thing. It is a gene thing. I have PTSD. I have been around arguing most of my life. Oh, so it's kickstarting your PTSD symptoms when they are like talking. Is it when they're like, I call it nagging of each other, kind of just commenting on everything at the other person? Or is it like in regular discussion, heated discussion? My husband has PTSD after his marriage with his ex-wife because she um, was it was a relationship filled with violence. What do you call it? Yeah, psychological violence or abuse. Oh yeah, that way. Okay, but it's almost you can feel like they're disagreeing about something. And then you get to the nagging, and then it just kind of goes from there. Okay, yeah, I get you. I get the picture. I know what you mean now. This is where the barrier between the two languages can be like where I sometimes will ask about things because I really want to get it right and I don't get the same picture of it, you know. It's your mom's fourth marriage? Yeah. Without knowing your mom, just taking it from what you tell me, I think she has some issues here and there. It's like, you know, when there's a big truth in the saying, if you want a different result, do a different thing. So if you don't want to end up in a divorce, maybe you should look for a different kind of man. You know what I mean? So um and that I mean she's not the only one where it's like that. Lots of people has been married 3 and 4 and 5 times. So Yeah. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, and no relationship is like and we never argue thing. Of course you argue. That is a part of finding a way together. I mean, I'm like, as long as the person that you're with makes you happy, then I mean, I told my stepson when he was by with came by with his new girlfriend, I was like, as long as she's good to you, I don't have a problem. And I said when both and she heard it, I have no problem. I don't care who she is per se, as long as she makes you happy. The minute she makes you cry, I'm gonna hate her. I think she's like me. Her good guy meaner is broken. Yeah, maybe. And sometimes in a relationship, if you're bigger like they do, you can be annoyed with your partner or mad at them now, but you work on it and you choose to be together and choose each other because you love each other. Ulla, sorry, I know you're trying to follow, and that was a long one. Ulla, du må bare sige til, hvis der er noget, du skal have hjælp til i forhold til at oversætte det. I think Ulla get the most of it, to be honest, today. But the chat, yeah, that's right, Ulla. But the chat is not moving too fast today. The problem the other day was that there were several who were writing in the chat, so it just kind of disappeared quite fast, and and Ulla was more tired that day, so I think today the chat is more calm because there's not that many that are writing in it, and Ulla is tired but not so mentally drained as she was the other day. I just get now from trying Danish how hard it can be between learning both languages. Yeah. really tired, Mom. Get me an iced coffee and I got sweet so body won't crash. Aww. I want a mom doing things like that to me. I think if I have the energy for it, I'm gonna go to town tomorrow and go and have a cup of coffee or maybe a coffee latte or something. Um, at a cafe and just relax and do a bit of self caring. Um, it's been a while. I do it sometimes. Maybe take a book with me, or maybe just sit and watch people as they pass by me. Um, and just take it all in and be in it. Soon as I get my Amazon, I'm gonna crash. Oh, Tessa. I was so surprised that I couldn't sleep the night between Monday and Tuesday. I wasn't even feeling tired. It was not like I'm just gonna stay up because, um, I have to make sure he's okay. I was not tired. I didn't even feel tired. That was that much adrenaline that was rushing through me just because my dog was feeling bad. Maybe it's a good thing I never got kids on my own. The state I would be in every time they were coming down with a fever or something. Oh my god. So yeah, when was that? Was that Miss Coffee's stream where I fell asleep? I just got up and then I fell asleep. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was Tuesday in the evening, my time, where she went on, and I was like, oh, hello. And then I fell asleep. I just got up from a nap. I was so tired at that point. At that point, I was tired. But I mean, then I've always also been awake like since Monday morning, 6 o'clock or something. So yeah. Oh. Love you ladies, but I might leave soon. My Arab niece I met on here just said she was gonna stream and she wants me there. I will pop in again sometimes. I had fun. Bye bye. Thank you for stopping by. Have fun. Ula says this yesterday. One of her colleagues got a shock when she opened the door into the barn because she thought it was a big cow, but it was a dog. How could she? How could she? How could she? Uh? It must have been a really big dog then, or a very small cow. I will love her. She said it's lonely without me. How could I say no? Of course you can't, or you shouldn't. You have been here for a while, so it's you can do that with a good heart. Move on. See you and take care. Oh, because you usually don't have the big dogs inside, and they never at the door in the cage. Grand Canaria or Grand Noir. Grand Noir. Hmm? But they are big. What color is it? Brown? The dog that Ula is talking about is this one. And you can get them in this color here. I want a Grand Noir. Great Dane. Um, or this. Or you can get them in the tiger stripe version. The black one is also gorgeous, I think. Oh, that was a really skinny one. Black, brindle, fawn, mantle, harlequin, and blue gray. black and gray. Ooh, how old is it? Then I can kind of get why she could mistake it for a cow. Where I read, she had a dog that was a mix between two big breeds. One of them, another old Danish breed called Broholmer, and then the Great Dane. It was a big dog. Just saying. It had like the Great Dane size. It's 6. Ooh. But Great Danes are very careful. They are very sensitive, actually. And I've heard they fought a lot. Um, what was it? Oh, the Great Dane. So mixed between, they had like the Great Dane's face, but it had the building on the body on the legs were from the other breed. So it was a really big, heavy dog, but beautiful, and it was gray. It was beautiful and cute and feisty. Yeah. Unfortunately, it got in the way for a horse. So yeah, that's what happened. He got out on his own by mistake, and he did not survive that. She hasn't actually have a dog since him, so but she's talking about it frequently. So someday when I'm out there, I will be breeding a puppy. I know that about that. She's getting more and more ready for inviting a new dog into her life again. But I mean, if I feel bad about the one I have now, is getting kind of, you know, old. He's not a senior dog because they aren't senior dog until they get 8, I think. But his body is used because, you know, he's not one. He's not a dog that will spare it, and he will run through whatever. So I have been picking thorns and things out of his coat sometimes. But that's how it is with the hunting dogs. They don't care. Great Danes are hunting dogs too. I was wondering either Great Dane or a Rhodesian Ridgeback. One of those, a male Rhodesian Ridgeback. I was doing obedience classes with. It's I was in love with that dog right from the get go. I mean, I could have, put him in my pocket, even though he didn't fit there. I wouldn't care. And people would be asking, "What have you in your pocket?" I'd be, "What? Nothing. Don't know what you're talking about. Bye." Oh, like my manager's dog, Merle, the one who's deaf. Um, it's a mix between Boston Terrier and a Mops. So apparently she is in heat, and so I was greeted yesterday by a dog with a diaper, and she was very cute with the diaper, I would say, and so I'm like, I couldn't. So if anyone asks me about the bitches, what to do, I would be like, if you're not breeding, I'm gonna I'm gonna get it fixed. But that's just me. I mean, that's my approach to it. Of course, if I want to breed her, I'm not gonna get it fixed. But if not, I am. I got my German Shepherd fixed, and I talked with the vet I had at that point, and he said if you do it before she's 8 months, um, or 9 months, you will prevent from breast cancer with an 80% rate or something. And I was, let's go. I mean, I was not like, I didn't have to, I was not gonna breed her or anything. So, and she didn't lose any of her energy or willingness to do anything. So, they can get a bit of a funny coat out of it if you castrate them or get them fixed too early, and not too early but early, before their coat is completely settled down. But I mean, I'm not because I'm not gonna use my dog to shows or anything. I'm not that much into the coat. I mean, I brush him and I make sure he has no knots or anything. And if he has been rolling in the dirt, in smelly dirt, I will be washing him. But otherwise, no. Um, so, and for me, it's okay. He has a couple of, like, still some puppy hairs on her legs, on his legs, and you know, I do remove them sometimes when I brush him and groom him. Then I do kind of trim it so it does get a bit less, and then it grows out again, and it's not big of a deal for me. Um, I was thinking of getting a Vizsla. A Vizsla is an Hungarian hunting dog. It's a lot like the flat-coated retriever, but Vizsla is a short hair breed. You think they're charming? Yeah. The old flatter I had, the one before him we have now, he had a really big coat. He had a lot of hair on his tail. The one we have now, his tail is more like a hunting tail. But it's bit they are hair, but they're a bit scarce, and that makes very much sense if they have to run through a lot of bushes and stuff like that. So there won't be caught too many things in the tail. The old one we had, he had a lot of hairs everywhere, and I literally trimmed him and cut him and everything just so he wouldn't, especially in the summertime, die out of heat stroke or something. So, but he didn't mind. I put a like a duvet or something on the table, our dinner table, and then I asked the dog to go up on the table, and he would be lying down, and he would fall asleep immediately almost. Like as soon as I start brushing him and grooming him and doing stuff, he would just fall asleep. He wouldn't mind. The one I have now, he's like dying, literally dying. As soon as I touch his feet, he's like, oh, my feet, oh, my ears. So I haven't had him on the table yet. I have been thinking of doing it, but I'm a bit scared that he's just gonna, jump right off it again, and you know, and I'm not gonna do it now, at least when we have all that pain thing going on, but. It is a bit more easy for me to brush him and stuff like that when he's on a table, or if we're out in the garden, because we have like some, no, it's not a bench, but it can function as a bench thing I can sit on, and he will be able to stand in front of me and I can brush him. So oh yeah. Oh, it is getting a bit late. It is getting a bit late. Where the hell's that? Yeah, you happy yours are short hair? Yeah. I don't mind the grooming thing. I really don't. It's just when it's with the, if they don't, if it's like with the old one, I don't mind it. The thing I have with the new one, it's a circus, and I really hate it. I hate it, but so it's just a thing we both of us is like, this is just gonna, we're just gonna live through this. We can't do without it, and we can't, don't fight it. So. So he gets his painkillers are like a mixture, a fluid one. It's okay. You are off. You don't have to go to work tomorrow. No, but what if I'm tired? It's okay. I don't have work tomorrow. Okay. What about me? It's not that important. It's just a minor thing. A minor thing. I don't have work tomorrow either. But the thing is, my husband will be leaving home 6:30 a.m. and that means I am awake from 6:30 a.m. If you're lucky, you don't have to go to work until Wednesday. Wow. Yeah, I'm afraid I will have to return to work Tuesday next week. But I do look forward to having, Monday and Friday off. It is actually a good way for me to go about it. And then be working like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and having my 10 hours these days. I think that's a good solution. I'm working 3 hours Tuesday and Thursday, and then 4 hours on my Wednesday when I'm at the office. So, and I think that's actually cool. It was a good decision. And it had a lot to do with me being frustrated that I didn't felt like I felt like the 2 days I was working 1 hour or 2 hours was like I just got around to open my mail, and then it would be like, okay, that was the day. Okay. So, and I get people, the more I work and do different things, the more people will write to me and ask me things. So I really want to be available a bit more, like, you know, for more hours. Then it might be fewer days, but for more hours per day. Plus that the when I want to go to Manchester, whenever I can, financially afford to go to Manchester, I can do it without inflicting on my holiday amount, or have to pay myself anything. I can do it perfectly on the days I don't work. So that would be really, really nice. But as my manager says, it's okay. You can just take your working computer with you. Then you can stay there as long as you want to. Oh, okay. You don't have as many dogs in at the moment, so you have to split the hours. That's okay. Yeah, well, that makes good sense. It will come back as soon as you get closer to holidays, I guess. But I imagine that's why it fits so good with you, cause she knows that you will get money one way or the other, even though you won't have as many hours. Or what? You have still a fixed amount of hours, don't you? Or what? That she pays you every month, or does she pay you per hour? Cause I have a fixed amount of hours. I get for 10 hours per month, per week. Yeah, 10 hours per month. Oh, you have to work 7.5 hour a week. Yeah. I think it's gonna be, I'm gonna work with, finishing this line here, and then we're gonna do the rest tomorrow. So that means that I will finish it on stream tomorrow. I had a feeling that that would be the kind of the result, because of how this last part of it is a bit more confetti like than the other part of it is. So just take a bit longer, But it's okay. It's okay. I'm not gonna work on it off stream. So I am just gonna finish it on the stream tomorrow. And then I'm gonna kit up for the small rental spanker instead of that. So what I am gonna do off stream tomorrow is I'm gonna get my sticky mats ready, because I am running out of clean versions of those sticky mats. But as soon as I have placed these two last colors, we can count on. I can do a count, and you can see exactly how many of these I have left. Let's just. Oh yeah. So that means, just to recap, I'm gonna finish this tomorrow. I'm gonna kit up for the small rental spanker I have hanging around here. It's called Spring Showers, and it's, how big is it? It is a 50 by 65, so it's almost the size of my light pad. A bit bigger than the light pad. But the same size as this in the white. So I'm gonna kit up for that tomorrow. As soon as I'm finished with this one. I'm gonna work on the siblings. I'm gonna start up tomorrow off stream. And work on that on my big light pad. I think I think there's a lot of confetti in that picture, so working on the round spangler on the side, I think actually will be a very good idea. I'm gonna work on them. I was kind of, thinking not to do, and to be honest, I'm not quite sure, because I could do another thing tomorrow and the rest of this month. I could actually work on my crosses convention and do some sections there instead of. Maybe I should do that, to be honest, just because thinking of it, it's like I have 2 weeks and then it's May, and I would be starting on the songs under the cherry tree. And at that point, I'm not done with the siblings yet, so maybe I should just do that. And if I am, end up being early done with either, so I'm not. So I end up just working on song under the cherry tree. I could do the Red and Spangler there. I'm gonna do it that way. So we're not doing Red and Spangler tomorrow. Tomorrow when I finish this one, I'm gonna do two things. One or two things. Either I'm gonna do the cross stitch, my Oraloa cross stitch, because I really want to be moving on that one. Or I'm gonna do the cross stitch conversion I have hanging around in my room. That's how we're gonna do it. I think actually that is the best thing, because it is a bit in the middle of the month. So I think actually I'm gonna be stressed out if I thought I have a idea that I can be not stressing out about it, but I would be. Having working on 3 canvases, like it's not me. I can do 2 and I can do 3 if I know one of the 2 is close to be done. Then I can do it. Elsewise, no. That is the plan we're going with tomorrow. That makes most sense. So now I'm just trying to eliminate mistakes here before I wrap it up. I have a couple of misplaced drills in here, just because one thing it was on stream last week where I poured a tray. It was not a large amount, but it was some. And I was like, I'm not, because they're so close in color, so I'm not gonna sit down and bend over a light and figure out which one is which one. I can see it when they are lying in the tray next to each other. Then I can see one of them is a bit lighter, and then they have like they're not different in the coat, but I actually think they're a bit different in the faceting. One of them is a bit more uneven than the other one. The other one seems a bit more smooth on the surface. So okay, so this belongs here. I'm a bit, no, I won't say sad, but yeah, maybe a bit sad that I didn't get to finish it today. I did actually count on it. Oh, I did thought I would, but I also had a lot I wanted to talk about. That's it, Ben. Oh, cool. Yeah, sure. that's real life is always more important than streaming life. So of course you should. I hope you had a good day at work, night at work, evening at work. So does he always come home this late when he is working? I guess he is on a 10 or 12-hour shift or something. He has had a good day at work. Now he's home for weekend, so he won't be starting until Monday afternoon. Okay. So there we go. Gonna move this away. Oh yeah, by the way, I need to almost forgot. Only almost. So we're gonna remove this first. Thank God they're not in the beginning. The white ones, they are a mess. So with the whole bird on this one, who is white, I was swearing because it was like they were not fitting properly in the mesh ruler in the hole, so they were like sitting on top of the mesh ruler. So I had to like pressure the drills through the holes so they would be like on the other side. It was a mess. So it did take a while for me to do that part of it. Whereas I'm so much enjoying this part where I can just almost yank it off. Which you should never do with these mesh rulers. Always have a hand like I did on top of the ruler as you remove it, lift it. So you always be prepared to, pressure drill through. So never just yank it off, but always be like supporting. Then you will do it just fine. Hey, Benj. Oh, it's quite okay, sweetie. It's quite okay. Ula has been keeping me company. Tessa and Ula has been keeping me company. So no worries. No worries. Let's see, how many have I left here? I'm just gonna count them. Three rows. I have 3 rows left, so it should be doable. I will say I'm not gonna stop until I have done it. I might be doing a row before stream, but because I did 2 rows today, didn't I? Or did I? No, I did 3 rows. I actually think I did 3 rows. So, but I might be doing a row before stream tomorrow. We will see. My mom wasn't. Oh no! Oh my God! I'm glad she's okay. Oh Jesus Christ! All these car accidents at the moment. Jesus peeps. Be careful up there. So I'm just gonna do like this. Zoom up further. Let's see. I actually think we did 3 lines today of them, so we're gonna do. I'm not sure I'm gonna touch this tomorrow before stream, and I'm not sure I'm gonna do an entire line of these, but because it should be it should be doable for me to do this on stream tomorrow. It should be doable, even though it's a bit more. This was very easy because it's more or less just one color. There will be a bit more changing around things here, but yeah, let's see. We will see. Maybe I should see if I could get on time tomorrow. That might be doing a bit of a difference too. So I'm just gonna leave it here. So that's what you are going to watch. Well, at least she's okay, bitch, because I'm like up in the with the car. We don't. The car is okay. It can be replaced. It's just a thing. But human lives not so easy. Like with my stepson, that car was also totally. It was. It's never gonna be a car again. So but it's okay. We don't care about that because as long as he was okay, he came through it with just a couple of scratches. We don't know why or how, but someone did hold a hand under or over his head that day. That's for sure. I think I'm gonna have this banana. Banana. Mm. So my cross-stitch conversion, just if you wonder, is this one, and that one is Mulan, and I haven't done a single thing on it since last time. So it might make much sense, a lot of sense to work on it on the stream, especially here when it's quiet in here. Where I can just sit and vibe and work with this and my because the thing is when I work with my pattern keeper, I should be doing the I could do that, by the way, the music through my phone instead of through my tablet. So that one is what we are going to work on tomorrow. I think we are, when I'm done with the other one. Rachel Ray saw this one and was like, oh, I need that one. So she actually ordered that one from Oraloa today. I didn't know it was still available, but it apparently is. So if you want this one, this Korean girl, you can absolutely get her on oraloa.com. And they do have I think they have a link to the European part of their company. So if you are from Denmark or Europe and watching this, it's not gonna be cost you extra to order from Oraloa because they will be sending from France, which is within the border of EU. Just so you know, as I know, it is a problem for a lot of European diamond painter. Okay, so I'm gonna put the spring showers. It is this picture actually. I was thinking of. I can show you here this. It was this one I wanted to work on. But I'm gonna do that another day. Because even though it is a 50 by 65, I'm not sure I can do it within the amount of days I have left of this month. So I think I will stress less about it if I'm just doing something else. And I need to get moving on my frosted conversion, so it makes so much sense to do that. So that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow after I have done do that. So I'm just gonna move this in here, putting it back in storage. So I think that's a wrap for today. I am going to be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. my time, Central European time, and we will be doing a finish on this Oraloa picture, as I have only this left. Put some light underneath. So it's really not much I have left here. It is 3 lines of these. I will admit it is a bit tempting just to do it before stream, but I actually think I'm gonna do it on stream, as I really want to start working on siblings on the big light pad, just to get that going. And siblings will probably be or that will be someone you will be see at one point, I think, because when I start songs under the cherry tree, that will be in the living room, under the big light pad. It's not a big one, but it is too big to have in here, and actually both of them are, but you know, if I have to choose, that's what I'm gonna choose. So let's see, this is a 55 by 78, so that means that it will, you know, and I think the other one is kind of the same size, actually, siblings. So I'm gonna start siblings up in there, and then I'm gonna move that in here, and then I'm gonna work on songs under the cherry tree in my living room. And I could be killing that up to be honest. Okay, yeah, so Pia, get moving. 7 minutes left till bedtime, so that means I might as well just get out of here. Get out of here. Thank you for all of you who has been stopping by and keeping me company, whether you've been here just for a minute or you've been here the whole stream. I appreciate all of you. I am back tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's it. And let's see. I think I'm just gonna run out of here and hurry into my bed and get a good night's sleep. So, thank you all of you for stopping by. Love you so much. Take care of yourself. Stay safe out there. Enjoy spring is coming. It's just around the corner. Hopefully. See you all tomorrow. Bye.